Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today, another episode of Distant Memories, okay? Wait a second. A quick breathe because this is going to be rough to speak out loud now. Okay, so we have done the, what was the first one? Memory, oh yeah, the Twisted Distant Memory Park map last league, and we made about 35 Exile profit, right? Like a week ago, we did the Augmented Distant Memory Courthouse map, and we made about 100 Exalts profit. And today, we're gonna take the next map in the episode, which is 100 Rewritten Distant Memory Basilica map, okay? So we're gonna do this now as 60 times like in the other videos, and we're gonna see if we continue the good old profit line, cause like the, I hate these map names. Let you forget about it, okay? So for the write-down, we have 60 Rewritten Distant Memories, the Basilica map, on tier 16 by Holgi and Richman. So the map cost is about 60 chaos per piece, plus about 120 chaos for the prophecies, which is the beautiful guide. I get this asked quite often. It's a prophecy that you activate that, you use one cartographer's chisel, and you get 20% quality on your map, because otherwise it's a unique map, you need to spam it like 20 times per map, so that makes it a little bit faster and cheaper. Then we have 60 sacrificial fragments. These are the sets over here that we're gonna bump up the map with. So we have a total amount, I think it's 170 something on the Exalted Orb. They're rising quite heavily at the moment. Yeah, let's say 175 is accurate. So we do have a complete gamble cost of about 22 Exalts, and this is what we have to get. So we're gonna run all of these here with the Rocky Firebower build, which is my boxing chieftain, and this, I'm having such a blast with this one. So I made a build guide about 2 days ago where I uploaded the first edition. This one is definitely now the more expensive version. So I was talking about I want to reach 2000 dexterity and I want to reach 6000 life. I currently have like close to 2.2k dexterity. We're having 6.4k life on level 91 currently, and I'm having an absolute blast on this build. Alright, so how we're gonna do this, we're gonna run all of these maps here. We're gonna see how much experience I will get. I'm probably like, at the moment I'm like level 91 with about, yeah, let's say 5%, somewhere at this range. So we're gonna see how much experience we're gonna have. I would assume after 60 maps, we're probably gonna be level 94, hopefully. That would be great. Then we're gonna throw everything into the loots tab here, calculate it with excellence, and then we're gonna price check all of the Herald of Thunder, Ice, Ash, Purity, and Aegon rings, and see if we're gonna make some profit or not. Again, for the bad rolled ones, that is any kind of ring that is just garbage with like lightning resistance, I'm just gonna say how many we have, 5 chaos per piece. I vendor those after all, okay? So, and then we're gonna see if we're able to get the profit or not. So the first map, as usual, we're gonna run together, and then we're gonna see how the map looks like. Hopefully it's better than the Augmented, Distant, Twisted, weird map. And yeah, as I said, the build currently, I switched from Consecrated Path to the Infernal Blow. An Infernal Blow feels amazing. You just really run around and just one-shot packs while punching them into the face, which is, for me, I don't know why, but it's super satisfying to play, right? It really feels good. So it seems like we have Headhunter buffs on this map, so I'm not wearing a Headhunter, but we stole some buffs here, right? So I guess the map mod has that you steal those buffs, which is kind of fine. But I see already the map layout is a little bit better than the other one, so we're still gonna make a full clear on that one. I hope the boss is not too hard, because my boy, you know, I love this character. I don't like to see it dead, you know. So it can happen, obviously, but it's softcore in the end. But we are actually, I would say, quite tanky. We are not having max block or any shenanigans like that, but we still have a beefy 7,000 life pool at the moment. I think it was like 6,500 without the Headhunter buffs that we just sold in this map. But we're gonna see how this build, or at least will perform against the boss, and then we're gonna see what kind of juicy items we are going to get in the end. Hopefully some nice, I don't ask for a lot, you know, some Purity ring with like buff effect, maybe some physical damage, maybe some vulnerability as implicit, maybe even onslaught, you know, like I don't want a lot, like just one single mirror tier ring would be, I would be happy with that, you know, so that will be quite nice. But as you see, the build just is phenomenal when it comes to map clearing. It's just so much fun to just run around and just hit everything in the face, or a little bit. I can't really say in the face because we are using Ancestral Call, so technically we are running this build on a 5-link. And I think like Path of Building said something about 8 million Shaper DPS, which is kinda, yeah, funny. So, we have a Vile Ancestral War Chief. Let's see if we can bump up the damage here a little bit. Oh god, it's a fat dude. Pop flasks! Hit this dude! Hit it! Hey, see, that was easy. And we have an Iron Ring. Iron Ring. Wasn't Iron Ring the one that we are actually looking for? I think this is the Agony Ring. I mean, 6% increased intelligence and 6% increased max life. That looks beautiful as an implicit. I mean, I would wish to have this implicit on some other rings. But I think the Iron Ring is the Agony Ring, right? No, wait. Herald of Purity, Mana Reservation, and Physical Damage Reduction. Oh, shit. Like, if that would have been buff effect and physical damage, I think that would be the first, I don't know, like, 25 Exalt ring or something like that. Because I think the, well, probably the percentage intelligence will not really matter at all in a Herald of Purity build. But max life, so I would probably say about 10 Exalts or something. That ring would have been somewhere at this range. But we're gonna see once we're done with running those maps. What profit we're gonna get. The layout itself looks pretty okay, I would say. Not as good as the park map, but still we have some more open space, no stupid bookshelves that are actually just sniping off my way. So now we're just gonna throw the rings over here. This one is a bad one, so I'm gonna put it on the bot side. And then just basically vendor the 6 socket for the jewelers, and the rest we're just gonna throw into the loots tab. And then we have the first map completed. So 59 more maps to go. I'm looking forward to that gamble. I hope we're gonna make some nice profit again. And I think we're gonna see us in, like, for me, for you it's in about 10 seconds. For me it's in about 2 hours. So see you later. Alright, boys and girls, we are done with the 60 maps. We ran all of the synthesized, what was it this time? God, I always forget. Why is it so hard? It was the rewritten distant memory Basilica map. There you go. So, overall, I gotta say, this had a better layout than the augmented distant memory courthouse map, but the boss was extremely shitty. It is the big golem dude, and if you have some bad modifiers like insane amounts of increased life, for my build, for example, a lot of elemental resistance or onslaught or whatever these bosses sometimes have, that's getting quite ugly. So I have to say, based on the first 3 maps that we ran, right? The park map was the best one, super easy boss, super good layout. The augmented one had an easy boss but a bad layout. This one had a mediocre layout, but the boss was actually quite heavy. So based on the experience, I just gotta admit, I actually only made 2 levels out of that just because I was dying sometimes. And through the course of these 60 maps, that's why it kind of took quite long this time to run those. I made about, I think, like 25 or 30 Awakener carries with this character as well, so it was just a mix of everything, you know, so I can't really take it too serious on the experience gain, yet still, we went from 91 to 93 in about, like, 60 maps, so experience-wise, it is quite nice. Alright, let's take a look at what we got. So we spent a total amount of roughly 22 exalts to get this gamble going, the size project here on the Rewritten Distant Memory. And in the loot tab, we have about 1,345 chaos made, priced with excellence. So pretty much the same as we had on the other 2 runs as well. I did not bother with price checking these here because all of them are pretty much garbage and useless. I didn't find any good implicits that could be valuable, not even movement speed on a shield for lap runners or something like that. Completely garbage, forget about it. But you see, on the other hand, that it's pretty nice weighted, so all of these have actually the same amount of drop chance. Alright, I would say let's go for the next one, the rings. So, sadly, we did not get any insanely good ring. I think the best ring that we had was the Circle of Guild once more with the buff effect and increased physical damage, which starts on 9 exalts. We had some other rings that are quite valuable, let's say about the 3 to 5 exalt range, but definitely not like in the other gamble or in the last project that we did where we had a ring like 60, 70 exalts or something. And by the way, all of these sold. So we have a total amount, if we calculate this one together here, that is basically the good and the bad rings together with the loot tab. So as I said, good rings are the ones that are actually more than 5 chaos. Bad rings, I just counted in everything that is like, for example, cold resistance, max cold resistance. You know, it's like these rings nobody gives AF. The only good thing is the Herald of Purity. It seems like there is not a single ring that sells for less than 20 chaos, even if it's that bad, okay? So we got a total of 6,565 chaos out of that, which means we have this minus this, means a total of 2,725 chaos orbs gathered throughout the course of running these maps, and divided by 175 is roughly about 15.5 exalts profit on this part, removing the cost of the initial cost of the maps. So as I said, this time around I had absolutely no good ring. There's only one single ring out of 40 rings that was halfway decent with the Herald of Purity. There was no onslaught, there was no, what do we say, vulnerability, flammability, arcane surge. Nothing out of all of that, right? So we really have some typical standard mediocre loot here, and we still made about 15.5 exalts profit in a matter of 60 maps. And based on the other two projects that we did with the park map and the courthouse map, where we made a total of like 135 exalts together, this one now 150 exalts in total running. If we say like 150 exalts, we ran now 180 maps basically, right? So you see it's almost roughly 1 exalt profit per map, this is, per map, because the 150 exalts is basically without the, minus the investment of the maps, basically. This is pure profit in 180 maps, so roughly you can say 1 exalt profit per map when you run those maps, which is kind of ridiculous and insane. And I heard there is another map. There is like one more I'm missing. I'm not really sure what it is. It was here we have one of the augmented. Then we have the rewritten, the distant, and then there is one missing, plus the cortex. So boys and girls, look out for that one, because I'm going to purchase the next 60 maps. So we have the full package of the review of the synthesis maps. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.